It was winter at its peak in the month of December. We were at the salubrious air from the most luscious mountains, in wonderment, questioning ourselves. How did nature yield such a rich fruit? We were cloistered by, if not heaven, then its close cousin. In the land of the Hornbill, the land of the Nagas, Nagaland. With the population of 1.9 million and an average literacy rate of 67%, Nagaland has two major cities, Dimapur and Kohima. Although Nagas are one of the most homely and hospitable people in the world, there are certain entry restrictions to the state. Before embarking the journey, travelers are advised to ensure that they have all necessary permits with them. The average summer temperature is around 31 degrees and touches about 4 degrees in winter. The Nagas are by race of Mongoloid stock and speak a Tibeto-Burman group of languages. There are major tribes that constitute the Naga people, besides a number of sub-tribes. Each major tribe has got its own language, and communication across the different tribes takes place through a dialect known as Nagamese Creole. Although traditionally the Nagas are fierce warriors, their amiable nature and hospitality often surprises guests and visitors. The uniqueness of Naga hospitality lies in the fact that they consider the safety, security, and satisfaction of their guests as a matter of honor and prestige. Konoma village, the birthplace of Ezi Fizo, the father of the Naga nationalist movement, lies 20 kilometers to the west of Kohima. A model of village ecotourism, Konoma is one of the cleanest of villages in the entire Asian subcontinent. The beautiful terraces which are carved out of the hill slopes surrounding the village are a sight to behold. These terraces grow over 40 different types of paddy at different elevations. Konoma Green Village is a 3 crore worth project sponsored by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India and the Department of Tourism, Government of Nagaland. The team has sanctioned 20 kilometers of area as sanctuary named Nature Conservation and Thragoban Sanctuary.
Everybody left the village or something.
The village has gained a lot more by going green. Since its inauguration by Nagaland Chief Minister Nufio Rio on 25th October 2005, it has become a model for all villages in Nagaland and other states to follow. In a Naga society where people are still very dependent on nature, it is a brave step, something that takes a lot of courage. They have grown up hunting and spending half their lives in the woods. Now, to abruptly put an end to all these activities is a great change one can't quickly accustom to. Hunting is a part of their culture, but Konoma, one of the oldest Angami villages, has shown the way for others to follow. The people of Konoma fought a series of battles with the British intruders, and it was here that the Naga warriors made their last stand against the British in 1879. Overlooking the Kohima city just 10 kilometers away lies this rustically planned cluster of morungs or dormitories at the Heritage Village complex of Kisama, the aptly chosen and designated venue for the Hornbill Festival. And thus began an elaborate 10-day schedule of skits, competitions, and folk dances. Nagaland, with its diverse tribal culture, is a land of festivals.
See if they can move smoothly along. Checking the soles of feet to see if any thorns or leeches are stuck on it. Serving rice beer or wine. Chasing away sparrows. Measuring height, meaning that life should have its aspiration. Cutting down the maize stalks and conveying farewell to each other on the group.
Sometimes referred to as the Switzerland of the East, Nagaland represents the character of the bold Naga, with its esoteric language rendered in songs and dances with robust rhythm. It draws a natural interest and curiosity from the tourists.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the Sumi tribe presented by the Hebo Cultural Troupe. Thank you.
Each tribe has nurtured and preserved traditions through various forms of performing arts, and each community can be easily distinguished from the other by the colorful and intricately designed costumes, jewelry, and beads that its members wear. The performers each day turn the amphitheater into a bridal chamber. With their traditional ceremonial attire, their multicolored spears and painted shields, and thous decorated with dyed black and red goat's hair, and headgear made of finely woven bamboo, interlaced with orchid stems and adorned with boar's teeth, hornbill feathers, and ivory armlets, typical to the male warrior. In the olden days, warriors had to prove their valor if they wanted to wear these. In the playful skits rendered on the amphitheater ground, the crowd, no matter of what kell or village, roistered loud cries, laughed joyfully in homely countenance and appreciation for the dramatic display of frog hunting.
It's a challenge, and it is not easy to hunt frogs alone, and thus require quite a number of skilled hands. Frog hunters usually start before midnight, meet at a particular place, and depart to a predetermined destination of low water where the frogs are mostly likely to be found. To get the best numbers of frog hunting is undertaken on warm summer nights. And therefore, spotlighting is the trick, and it is achieved with the help of the fire torch shown at the frog. The light freezes the frog, which momentarily blinds them, and at a time they can catch frog.
fools alike will exult and break into a laugh at their negligible rhyming and their tremulous reaction to the flogging. The festival, in a way, is also a tribute to the hornbill, a bird most admired by the Naga people for its qualities of alertness and grandeur. This majestic bird is linked closely with the social and cultural life of the people, as is evident in tribal folklore, dances and songs. The awe and admiration of the bird is symbolically displayed on almost all traditional headgears worn during festivities. Every day out of the 10 days, the festival observed a host of different activities, competitions, and cultural programs. A local form of wrestling, a cross between sumo and Indian kushti, is quite popular among Nagas. Similar to the sumo, they tie a belt made of simple piece of cloth to hold around the waist of the opposing wrestler. The aim of the game is to crush a challenger to the ground by mostly holding him by the belt.
Dizi, pagkatao epikonos asal tuloy. Anya main quarter final kaya dalam ponire.
Oh, grand book one there. This of course is on the eagle to the not to the bomb在 get busy by 刚里面送过by 刚跟在的 pre quarter 个刚做本拿到。
A folk tale is passed on from one storyteller to another for generations, and they go beyond language boundaries. At times, men become beasts and birds often anthropomorphized. There are stories of spirits and fairies. Some are harmful, while others helpful. There are witches, devils, water spirits, and supernatural guardians of the mountains. Belief in spirits is also very common among the tribals. Sophanyo was a beautiful girl of Rasoma village. She wedded to a man of another village. As a wife, she reserved unswerving loyalty to her husband.
I mean, in short, like it's described like and then like as told by these elderly people on the way, like just while coming, there is a rest camp type which you have noticed on the last, maybe at the last building. After that, there was no building like till the village. So at that, she was hit by by evil spirits, something like, and like she was dead now by the time. Then the husband told the story about the night she left from the village. Then at that point, somewhere at that point, the burning, she was in some bamboo torch. And somewhere around that point, like the torch, like it went off. So the brothers, they came searching, and then they couldn't find anything but like a stone like this, in the shape of human being. So they thought this must be the dead body. Previously, kata supaya orang lagi baru jauh pun dia我好些了，我觉得我是我，是的，这看的我记别可是我不方便。
공부부 그치 비가 내시모 내시도 뭐
비게 레몬 하고 시도 원래. Maybe now my everything is 50s kilo던데. During 50s, like 50s or 60s, like an army like company was here. They didn't know the legacy of the stone, so they tried to pull and then like make some like seat, I don't know. Then that night rain and storm came, and then their house was, their temporary makeshift barak was blown up. Yeah. So we think that it is a real thing, that a spirit is this one. And then like the night, like that laborer who happened to like throw the chips upon the boat, upon the stone. Some spirit was disturbing him, so that he couldn't sleep that night. Means that's what we think like supernatural is there, so that the spirit used to be like that. But having seen that, like there is no, like spirit in the sense that it don't create havoc, nothing like that. When like somebody throws stone at the body or like misbehave, she used to, the spirit used to do like that. But other than that, like she don't bring bad omen type, nothing like that. Previously, like when the like schools, the syllabus of the school, there was a subject, the chapter based on a story. But now like we have changed of the syllabus,
With the same story?
Yeah.
School.
From school?
Yeah, we study about story now.
Ah.
Sophia is from our village, and she got married with someone else in another village. Then then her husband and they started some quarrel, and then she left her house. As she was leaving, as she was coming back to Rosma, she was touched by some evil spirits or something like that, and then she died away from there. Then her baby was lying sitting just beside her, and it was plucking leaves and eating like that, and then she was killed from her mom's ribs. They say like that, something.
Oh.
And then she was brought here to Rosma.
Do you believe the story? You're laughing. You don't really believe the story, do you?
No, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Little bit or too much?
This is the thing which attract tourists most. I'm like from my area. even outside Nagaland, like people used to come and visit this place. The story is true, seriously. Yeah, they are not able to pull the
mother's corpse.
The mother's corpse, yeah. Alone, I'm like, it was difficult for them.
She carried her child on her back. Huh? So normally when they carry, the child is tight.
True.
That's it. So the child could not move out.
Could not have gone out.
Zuku Valley. This valley of eternal charm with its emerald rolling hills is tucked away at an altitude of 2,400 kilometers. A trekker's delight. Those who love to scale the most inaccessible tops of all would not have to break their backs to reach this rare, grassy, sunburnt bank of long and short winding vales, broken into swells and hollows like waves, rendered in an even tide of green, without any craggy patches. The ethereal visage of the valley is dusted with hawthorns and bamboo brushes. One can sit stunned for hours at the demure and let the breeze murmur in your ear. Their carefree, insouciant and unabashed nature and sense of beauty that inspires living and not just existing. Their habits of drinking and merrymaking, but not out of the bounds of sobriety. Skimming through their roly-poly faces around the big bonfire, absorbed in how exquisite life can be, how gorgeous and jubilant in its pomp and decoration. It was true, the woven air and joyousness quickened by the sea of men and women dancing around the fire. Locals and tourists joined in, holding hands, bidding farewell to the last year and welcoming the new.
के देखती हूँ शायद फ्लाई करें. Fly dragon, fly.